everyone, Joey here. I'm back with the sixth video. Let's declutter some more stuff today. Again, I like to take my time whenever I'm decluttering and organizing. I don't really pressure myself anymore to do everything at once. Of course, there's nothing wrong with doing a big declutter at a time if you have the time and energy for it. But I don't know, the more older I get, the less I'm stressed out about doing everything perfectly or doing it all. I like to take my time. So without further ado, let's get started. This one might be a little bit of a boring declutter, but it's actually this winter shirt. I think it's pretty good quality. It's this brand List, but it's a little bit too boxy and I don't really like to dress too boxy. I also have a shirt that's very similar material. It's kind of like this warmer material, which is perfect for winter, but winter's not here yet and I already have an outfit that's like this. I believe this one was a gift, and if you've been watching my channel, you know I already have a winter shirt like this, but with a cute ribbon in the front. So this one will be declutter. I'm sure someone else will enjoy it because it's a very basic black shirt, so I think people will like it. And another thing that I'm decluttering is another shirt, a long sleeve shirt, but it's this one, and I think it's by Tommy Hilfiger, but you know it's good quality, but I didn't buy it. Again, this was a gift to me, but I think it's a little bit too big for me. Again, there's nothing wrong with wearing loose, big outfits, but I already have another Tommy Hilfiger shirt that fits me a little bit better than this one. And it's a different color. The one I have is light blue, but this one is purple. And to be fair, although I'm wearing this like flowery dress, and apparently, you know, I hear some people say like dresses like these nowadays are kind of popular, like country chic. Because of, I don't know, rise of conservatism or whatever. That's not why I wear it. I like it. Maybe I was just influenced because I saw a lot of it, but you know, it's like spring, summertime, and I like to look cute. I don't know. I like pretty flowers. And I can't wait to show you guys the new set of flowers that I have later. But yeah, so that's why I wear them. So, but in general, I don't really like to wear too conservative or whatever anymore, you know, so I feel a little bored if my outfit is a little too simple these days. You know, again, I go through phases. I've been through a phase where I only have like very few items and I'll just wear black all the time, which is fine. I think there's an important point there. Some people used to say in my comments, they're like, what do you think about minimalism being a luxury? Maybe it was during my live streaming, I don't remember exactly when, but some people are saying that minimalism is kind of a luxury for wealthy people, wealthy guys specifically, because they don't have to dress well to be respected. People already know who they are, you know, like famous CEOs, they only wear black outfit or whatever. And I think there's a certain point to that because again, as me personally, I don't think I would care too much about dressing up a certain way, but now that I'm a little older and I've experienced, you know, running a business, working a couple gigs, and you know, interacting in a dating world or just existing as a woman in general, I realize sometimes it's more of a luxury to not have to care about how you look like. And unfortunately, I do have to care about how I look and how I dress if I want to be treated a certain way with certain regard and with certain level of respect and be treated the way I want. Not only in personal dating settings or even just a relationship that's not even related to dating, professional relationships, I do have to dress a certain way and present myself a certain way, especially in my industry. So I think that it is a bit of a luxury to be able to, you know, practice minimalism externally and look a certain way. Do you know what I mean? And one of the things that I always mentioned on my channel when I was, you know, dressed like a minimalist and was actually practicing minimalism, just wearing simple clothes and not even that many makeup, I would be approached by people who had nothing to offer, especially in the romantic sense, right? Guys that are looking for free place to stay, guys that are looking for women to go 50-50, you know, and I don't like that. My partner pays all my bills, he pays for everything, and he gives me gifts, and he does the labor around the house. That's the type of partner that I want, the one who values me. But it's kind of hard to get that, I think, if I'm not externally communicating what I want. And it's a very fine line, right? You know, of course, my partner, he doesn't really care. He says, like, you don't have to dress, you know, whatever, you don't have to wear makeup, you don't have to do anything you don't want to, but you know, I don't know, you know, I know, like, for example, even if he doesn't care, other people will judge us if I walk around not dressed a certain way, especially if I have a male partner. People will judge him, so on and so forth. So it's a very complicated issue, but I think that the only thing that I could say is, you know, I adapt as my environment changes, and a lot of times our decisions are very much not made in a vacuum, right? It's very much made within the context of the world that I'm in and within the context of the body that I'm in. And, you know, I know what I look like and I know my gender and I know the type of world that I'm in. And the older I get, the more I know. So anyway, I digress, but, you know, so I do have to care about how I dress. But that being said, though, I do find traditional clothes a little bit boring sometimes. And so I like to add some color. So I like to be creative in how I present myself. So, you know, I like how I look these days. I think it's very artsy. I think it's very, you know, glamorous, and I like it so far. So I'll keep it that way for now. You know, I never know what I will do in the future. But so anyway, that's why I will be decluttering this shirt. Partly because I already have a shirt like that. And I only kept the other shirt that's dressy just in case there's some kind of work function that I need to go to where I need to dress a certain way to have a certain desired effect. And it is what it is. So this will be decluttered. And another thing is actually something that you guys have seen before if you've been watching my channel. It is these shorts. These were my boxer shorts. I used to do a lot of boxing, and this, you know, this, I don't know what this is, but this cover is coming off, so it's showing this button. I do like these pants, but I already have some shorts. I got some exercise shorts. I got a lot of yoga pants that I got as gifts as well. So I don't really need this one anymore. In fact, I forgot about this one. This was in a suitcase one time when I packed everything to bring it to work, to organize around the house. So because I forgot about it and I forgot that this existed, that means I don't really need it anymore. And I've already, you know, the summer's almost over, right? It's August already. So if I'm not looking for it, that means I don't need it anymore. So this will be decluttered. Hopefully someone else will be able to use it. I'm going to put everything in the donation bin as per usual. Maybe some other lady somewhere will be getting into boxing, and I would love to go back into boxing. I really enjoyed it, but I don't like the idea of beating anyone. You know, I'm definitely against that. I used to even like refuse to do sparring, although my coach like suggested that I should do it, partly because I felt like he doesn't really care about my safety when he was suggesting me to do sparring. You know, you can kind of tell when some people just don't care, like they just want to see a fight, and I'm like, I'm not like that. Like, I like to learn martial arts and things like that. I like to stay fit, but it's more for protective measures. It's more for, you know, getting stronger bones, becoming healthier, having more energy. It's got very little to do with wanting to fight anyone, unless of course they fight me first, then I guess it's fair game after that. And then last but not the least, these were also gifts. Actually, yeah, I think everything except the shorts were a gift. I don't remember. But it's actually these cute pajamas. I like the patterns and I love the sleeves. Pretty cute. I believe my mom gave me this one. But the only thing is these pants, these are like winter pajamas, but it's got a period stain. I kind of washed off, but I can see. You might not be able to see it on camera, but it's a little dirty and I couldn't get the stain out. Fun fact, I heard some people say if you talk about like women's bodily functions, you can lose a lot of male followers. So sometimes women do that on purpose. That's very funny. Period. Boo. Ooh, scary. Women are people? What? Women are people? What? They have organs? What? What? Hopefully that was effective for this week's video. Those are everything that I'm going to be decluttering. There's a donation bin right near here, so I'm gonna put them in the bin right away. I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time with more content. Bye! Mwah.